Hey guys, MugenLord here. Just as I promised, the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Arcade1up finally arrived. And if you guys didn't check out my previous video, the nightmare that I've been through to try to pre-order it and everything, I officially got it. And I was going through some haggle and wondering when Best Buy is going to ship it. Then they surprised me. They told me it was going to come in 2 weeks. But then today, a knock at the door, it was here. So what we're going to be doing here, we're going to pretty much unbox it. We're going to assemble it together. I'm in my father's room because it's the only way I'm able to put it together. Because you already see my room where the Arcade1up of the Marvel vs. Capcom 1 machine is at. It's in my room. My room is pretty small, so it'd be kind of hard with the furniture in there to try to assemble it. So I'm in my father's room, and he got his Arcade1up that he put together with the Defender and everything. So it's gonna be pretty cool. So what I'm gonna do is, my father and I had bought some Samba buttons, hapsticks, so we'll be modifying the actual control panel, so you'll be able to see what we're doing. We're not gonna keep you all day trying to show you every step, but we're gonna show you portions of it, so you can pretty much get an idea of how we do this and put it together. And then after that, you'll see the Marvel vs. Capcom 1 machine, which I'm giving to my father, so we're gonna drag that in here so you'll be able to see it next to the Defender's Arcade1up machine. So my father will have two machines, and I'll have the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 machine, because it just didn't make sense for me to pretty much hold on to both machines, where this machine has all the games that machine has already, and plus I don't have no room to even hold two machines anyway until we move into the much bigger house sometime soon or whatever like that. Then I'll be able to get more cabinets. So let us do this. Alright, so this is the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Arcade1up box. It's pretty big, and for some reason this one is even heavier than the Defender's arcade machine, and it was heavier than the Marvel vs. Capcom 1 machine. I think this is a little bit taller than the previous machine. We wanted to find that out when we set it up and everything. But check out the box, and it actually shows you what titles that are in it. Now, for those of you guys who are new to the channel or don't know anything about the Arcade1up machines, this is pretty much a company that came together and decided that, hey, we want to bring the arcade experience home. And that's what's been going on, and they've been popular ever since. I think they've been around for what now, 4 or 5 years now? And you see why. It's because a lot of people are making home arcades, and when we had the pandemic and everything, it made this company even more profitable because everybody had to create their own entertainment back at home. So as you see on the box, it tells you what it comes with. It comes with 8 games, and as you can see here, it has live, which you can actually play online. You have online gameplay, which I can be able to play other people who have the arcade machine, and it's cross-compatible with the first Marvel vs. Capcom 1 machine. So even if people didn't grab this one, your machine can still be able to link up with everybody else, and you'll be able to play it. So the games that it comes with Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which is the highlight, the marquee title here, Marvel vs. Capcom 1, Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes, and X-Men Children of Atom, and then you have X-Men Mutant Apocalypse, which is an SNES beat-em-up game. If you ever played that, I love that game, and I'm glad that I got it. Now, this is the crazy thing. The Marvel Superheroes machine, which is a separate machine, had this game. Marvel vs. Capcom 1 machine never had this. So, you also have Marvel Superheroes War of the Gems, which is another SNES beat-em-up game too, that the first machine came with. So I have all the games that all the other Marvel machines had. It's all in one machine, because from what they're hinting at, this is the last time we will probably see Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So it seems like they want to go out with a bang by including all the Versus series and everything that's Marvel related. So we're going to unbox it.
First and foremost, we decided that we're going to take the control panel and mod the arcade sticks with the buttons before we assemble the machine. Just a heads up, as far as assembling this whole entire thing, it takes about 60 to maybe 90 minutes if it's your first time ever assembling an Arcade1up machine.
Yeah, so first what we got to do is because we want to mod with the hapsticks and the Samba buttons and everything. So me and my father, this requires some work, is because the hapsticks is too big. The gate itself to fit in here, which is right here. So my father, he's a contractor, so he has a lot of tools and stuff. So we wanted to cut in order to fit the shape and everything that we need. But first we have to unscrew the panel itself and then open it up, and then we'll show you the circuitry and everything that's underneath this. So that's what we're going to do right now.
The arcade stick panel itself has a protector over it, so it protects it from dust getting in between the buttons, and also you getting food or drinks over it. So make sure not to throw it away, because it's very essential, very important to protect the panel itself. So what you need to do is you also have to make sure you have the right tools, because you have to flip the panel over and make sure you unscrew everything in order to actually have access to the circuit board itself, to where you're able to find all the necessary parts that you need in order to assemble everything together. So bear with us, this is the first time we ever done it, and this is going to be pretty fun. I'm looking forward to see the end results to all of this, and I hope you guys also feel the same.
Here it is. Here we go. So we've got just the board right here, the circuitry and everything. So my father and I, we wanted to be surgeons.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So, okay, we just removed the stock gate for the stick that it came with, the Arcade1up Marvel vs. Capcom 2 machine, and we just inserted it here on the circuit board itself, right here. Oh, yeah, we're removing this one, but we just installed the hap stick, which is the blue one, or well, the yellow one, since that's the yellow side right here. It's the yellow side that we got. The Sanwa buttons that we installed, got the blue, got the yellow, and we got hap sticks that matches the colors, or close enough to the colors.
This cord ain't gonna wear, is it?
So that's what we're about to do now. And here's the stick right here. We'll be installing that in a bit. And here are all the stock buttons that we have from the machine itself. And we had extra leftover Sanwa buttons. So if I decide to mod another machine in the near future, I already have at least 4 buttons already set aside and everything. So this all worked out well. All right, guys. All right, so right here we have the panel. We just got finished installing the hap sticks right here. We got the right side, player 2 side done, and now we on the left side with player 1. And I have to take these connectors and connect all of the cords where they belong. We have the green color. The green means for, I believe, the down directional, and then we have the red for, I believe, the left. And we just got to connect them all together. Once you connect them, I'm going to put the hap sticks itself on the front, and then we were ready to put the machine together, because we didn't want to put the machine together without dealing with this first. So we're going to dive right into it. Okay, so we officially got the arcade stick board done. Me and father, we put it together, and oh man, this is legit. Sanwa buttons, hap sticks, everything. So now we unboxed everything here, so we have everything assembled together. And my foot is killing me because I unboxed it and it fell on my foot. And man, it's my foot. Oh God. So we're gonna get into it right now. We're gonna do this. Let's assemble it.
So, oh my God, here we go. I just want to warn you guys that these Arcade1up machines have a ton of pieces. So you're going to be sitting down reading instructions, and sometimes the instructions can get a little wonky and a little stupid as far as the screws are concerned and where everything needs to be. So you'll be sitting down for a while. So I think it'd be a lot faster if you have another person with you, just like I have my father with me as we assemble these different parts in different pieces, because the riser that it comes with also has its own set of instructions that must be followed in order to put those together as well. So just a fair warning. So if you guys don't like assembling things, well, things don't change here as well. We're getting a bit closer to finally completing it. We're almost there, so just hold on a bit. We finally got the marquee up, and not only that, I forgot to mention that it also comes with a coin door. This Arcade1up comes with a coin door, which I believe is really awesome. And it's not operational, but you can mod it to be operational, add in some LEDs to make it light up as well, if you into that true authentic arcade feel and experience. Okay, now, so we have both sides of the arcade cabinet's panel, so you can see both sides of the panel's artwork, which also looks awesome. And if you guys aren't familiar, the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 cabinet never really had any side artwork, and this is pretty much used from the HD remaster that released on the PS3 and the Xbox 360 back in the day. So they decided to use that as the side art. So now we about to lift it up and actually put together and actually put the panel into place and actually test out to see if we use the right wiring for the directional inputs for the machine. So we're going to check that out. Okay, so now I finally test out to see if the directional inputs work with the sticks. So now I have to actually pull the cover off the protector so you can actually see the see-through and how clear it is. It looks really, really good. And I'm screwing in the control panel itself so it doesn't fall off, and also the protector doesn't shift around and cause any problem. So after we have to do that, of course, now it's time for the riser. We have to lift the machine up, put on the riser, and I decided that let's try something different. We're going to set it up in the room and have my daughter and have my father and the three of us actually test out the machine itself. And this is going to be a blast. I'm looking forward to see how this all turns out.
Alright guys, this is officially done. The Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Arcade1up Cabinet. Man, this thing is a lot taller, as you can see here. Don't mind my daughter, she's playing the Defender cabinet and everything. But you can see the size comparison is definitely a whole lot taller. And I figured out what they've done. They added an extra like wooden panel. So when you assembled it, it gave it extra height. So when you put it on top of the riser, it stands up a bit more. For those of you also curious, this is not the traditional Marvel vs. Capcom cabinet layout. This is actually a midway cabinet style that they decided to go with. I guess more people prefer the midway style, sleeker, and you're able to rest your arms a bit more. And it looks really, really cool. So we're gonna bring it up closer so you guys can actually take a look, and then we're gonna turn the machine on so you actually see Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and everything. So yeah, as you can see here, we got the hapsticks. We had to do some troubleshooting was because the way we configured the wire and everything was mirrored in reverse. Like down was going up, up was going down. So we had to go back, turn it around, and fix the wiring once again to make sure that everything is right. So everything is good. So we're gonna turn it on and we're gonna check it out. And oh man, see the light up marquee. Now my only criticism that I do have with this, and I've seen from other people that was reviewing it, the marquee looks faded. And it seemed like what they did was they just took a smaller picture and blew it up. So it looks a bit pixelated. So I'm kind of not liking that, because the Marvel vs. Capcom 1 machine with the marquee is just beautiful. It's clear, it's vibrant, and everything. It just seemed like they just took a smaller image, blew it up and stuff. So who knows? I may even customize it sometime in the future or whatever. But here we go. We have everything set up. And Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which is the highlight of the cabinet, the marquee title here. So I'm waiting for it to load up and everything, and you also hear the theme music and stuff. And when you load it up, it actually tells you to put in your Wi-Fi and all this other type of stuff. It's also to Ethernet as well, so you don't have to worry about that if you're looking for that Ethernet connection. But we're gonna start it up. You got the volume switch here, and it also got a better screen as well compared to the older generations of Arcade1up. And it also has a headphone jack, which the other machine that I have doesn't have one at all. So you can tell there's a big difference. And it's crazy how the Marvel vs. Capcom 1 Arcade1up machine came out 2 years ago. Time just flies. And here we go. Beautiful. Remind me of the arcade days and the Sega Dreamcast, man. That Capcom logo and how it opens up. Oh man, look at that. Look at that. It looks beautiful on that screen. It looks beautiful. Did you see how clear that looks?
Wow. Whoa.
You hear that? It's taking me back. It's taking me way back. Now, when this game released, I was in middle school. I was like in I think it was in 8th grade. I was in 8th grade when this game had released. And I had the Sega Dreamcast, and just hearing this music, oh man, the nostalgia just hit me really hard. New Age of Heroes. Alright, so we'll hit the free play. And another thing too, this is like the arcade. Everything is unlocked already. So there's no unlocking involved in this stuff. And, you know, I'll pick my team. I would say I have a team. Go projectiles and go with some Cyclops. I'm gonna go Yeah, we would put the Psylocke into here. I never really had an official team for Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I never really did. I just enjoyed the characters and stuff. I wasn't like really hard, like a hardcore. I wasn't even a competitive player. And in fact, this game really intimidated me. Once I seen high level Marvel vs. Capcom 2 gameplay, because I wasn't really into the FGC back then, so it like seeing it at high level really scared me. And I keep forgetting that Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is a 4-button layout instead of 6.
How the buttons feel?
It feels good. The buttons feel. This is the real experience right here. Oh, that was. I forgot. I said command grab super. There we go. There we go. Let's do this. Wrong button. I'm trying to put Psylocke out there. There we go. Oh, Courtney. Alright, so we're going to do 2 players. And of course, y'all hit that. Getting on. So my daughter, my father's going to get on and everything. Try it from here. Try to get a good angle. There we go. I just hit the, yeah. And then hit the number 1 too. Alright, so my father and my daughter is trying it out. I'm going to zoom out so you can see how 2 people fit onto the cabinet. Now, we are short people. I'm like 5'5", my dad like 5'6". My daughter's almost just as tall as me and gonna be taller than me.
I'm like about 5'5".
Oh yeah, so my daughter is like about almost my height or my height now. So, but I can imagine if you're like 6 feet, the different types of how you want your choose. There we go.
How do you do
That's super strong. There we go. So the selection of games that you have is not only Marvel vs. Capcom 2. You have Marvel Superheroes, Marvel vs. Capcom, Clash of Superheroes. You have Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter. You have X-Men versus Street Fighter. You have Marvel Superheroes. And then you have X-Men Children of the Atoms. And then the last 2 bonus titles that you have included in here is X-Men Mutant Apocalypse, which was a SNES beat-em-up game, and Marvel Superheroes War of the Gems, which is also a SNES beat-em-up game. So just to show you it, those of you who may not have been around during this time, I remember this game. My cousin Miles had it for the SNES. I used to play it when I went over his house. It's crazy. I never really had X-Men games on my SNES consoles. I always played them either in the arcades or I went to my cousin's house, but I never really owned them. I don't know why. It's something I never really bought the superhero games. The only one I had was the Avengers on the Sega Genesis. That was a beat 'em up, and that was a 4-player, but not on Sega Genesis. It was only 2 players. So let's turn this up. Yeah, my Uncle Gene had this too on Super Nintendo. So yes, this is the beat 'em up game right here. I remember this. And you select what X-Men on Genosha. And each X-Men have their own story mission. So I guess we'll go with Wolverine just to give you an example. Doo-doo-doo. Okay. I have to remember the controls. And the thing about the mutant apocalypse, I was always upset that the fact is that this was only a one player. Even on the consoles, it was always a one. I don't know why they decided to make it a one player. But this brings back memories, man. Way before the PlayStation was a thing. Alright, so I just want to show that. Alright, so okay. I'll get some.
Put you on the light on.
Yeah.
Oh man, this looks sick. This is something that I always wanted to see. Like, this is the thing, when it comes to home arcades, you can either just build your machines from scratch, use a Raspberry Pi, or you can just go the Arcade1up route, since there's a lot of people who's just not into just doing it themselves. They just want that out of the box experience. They just assemble it together and it just look good in their man cave or their hobby room. And if you're a gamer, this definitely just has the most like fabulous, ultimate presentation as possible. It just look good in this setting. Looking at both the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Arcade1up standing alongside Marvel vs. Capcom 1 Arcade1up.
Here's the side, just in case you guys didn't see it. This is the side of the cabinet. Now I'm about to take my Marvel vs. Capcom 2 cabinet to my room, so we'll be able to see how it looks in the corner of where I had traditionally the Marvel vs. Capcom 1 cabinet, which my father now owns and everything. And here's the other side. And, oh yeah, here's the marquee right here. So you guys better see it.
Show them both side by side.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. And here's the marquee for Marvel vs. Capcom 1. You can tell the difference. I prefer this one, actually. They really did a good job with this one. To me, I think this was more like seemed like a lazy attempt to me.
This, show these.
Oh yeah. No, I showed. Oh, that's what you meant. Yeah, together. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. So here's the size for both of them. Which side? I'm gonna ask you guys in the comment sections. I'd like to hear your opinion. Which ones do you prefer? The first Marvel vs. Capcom 1 artwork on the side, or part 2 of the Marvel vs. Capcom cabinet? What do you prefer? And I think it's the same. Okay.
No, look here. Look at the difference.
Oh yeah. The even the riser got, they put even a lot with the risers too, with the artwork. And this is just a simple Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
You do have the.
But I do have the coin cabinet, and this one don't. But this still features all the games on it, which is also pretty neat on its own. And then on this side, it's the same on both sides. This one is different.
Oh, get out of here.
What happens is it's both the same, but the Marvel side is colored, and the Capcom characters are grayed out.
I didn't know that.
And then on this side, the Capcom characters are pretty much colored on this side.
And the
Marvel is grayed out. So yeah. So I think they put a lot more
They did.
effort as far as the artwork and everything on this cabinet compared to this one. I think they knew that, hey, people's gonna buy this. It's Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Let's just put it together. But overall, I do like it has a better screen than the first one. And of course, I modded it so the sticks are just superior in general and everything. But oh man, this is.
It's a little taller than this.
Oh yeah, it sure is. Yeah. Here we go. All right, we're gonna take it into the room now. Back in my room, this is my setup and everything, as you can see here. And long behold, there it is. The Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Arcade1up cabinet is right here, sitting in the corner, and it looks legit. That's what I'm talking about, and I love it, man. It's officially here, and the sticks just makes it the experience even much more authentic and everything. So I'm definitely going to try out the online and give you my thoughts and opinion on the overall package of it. I will review it in a later video, but it's just a setup to show you how the cabinet looks and everything, and how it just fits in my room. Just love it, man. This is awesome. Yup, this is my setup. This is amazing. Appreciate it. So stay tuned for a full-on review where I actually try out the games, play online against other players and everything. So that video will probably be up in a couple of weeks and everything, because I want to do a lot of testing for it and stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and also make sure you hit that notification bell, because it definitely helps me out here in the algorithm here on YouTube. You just can't imagine how much I appreciate your support, that you've been sitting for this long ride, how I transitioned through so much on this channel when it comes to content, and I appreciate it that you stuck around until I officially found what I want to do with the channel. So this is MugenLord signing off. I'll see you Game Fiends later. Peace out.